Time marches on, and apparently, so do Rolex prices. Today we're diving deep into the latest twists in the Rolex saga. It feels like ages since our last update, almost a full season's worth of ticks and tocks. And as we wave goodbye to summer 2024, there are some juicy developments to explore in the world of these iconic tickers. Number 1. Rolex Datejust Wimbledon. Alright, let's dive into the curious case of the Rolex Datejust Wimbledon. Despite a market that's been as flat as a pancake, this particular model is doing its own thing. While most watches are feeling the downward pull, the Wimbledon, in its chic stainless steel, two-tone yellow or rose, is quietly climbing the ranks. It's quite the enigma because despite its popularity and robust sales, there's no shortage of Datejusts out there. Yet here we are watching the Wimbledon make its unexpected ascent. It's as if it decided to play a game of hide-and-seek with market trends, isn't it? Number 2. Rolex Yacht-Master 2 Yellow Gold. Next up, let's talk about the Rolex Yacht-Master 2 in yellow gold. We've seen these prices flexing their muscles quite a bit lately. You're looking at shelling out figures in the mid-50s for the latest generation, fresh and unworn. To us, that's a pretty penny, no doubt. Now, it's crucial not to mix these up with the older models, the first generations with the blue hands, which are more abundant and not quite as pricey. But for some quirky twist of fate, those last batch models rolled out before they were discontinued are fetching some eye-watering sums. Number 3. Rolex Day Dates. As for a few other Rolex models, there's a subtle uptick in their valuations too. It's not exactly a skyrocketing trend, but it's there, and we're feeling it in our wallets. The day dates in yellow gold, whether adorned with champagne baguettes, Romans, or sporting the classic white dials, have seen a bump in demand. They've moved from the comfy mid-30s up over the 40 mark, and don't get us started on the Platinum Day dates with the fluted bezel, solid as ever. It's like these watches decided to hit the gym. Our costs on them are beefier than usual. And then there's the rose gold with the white dial. Fresh from the press and unworn, these newcomers are now tagging in the mid-40s. It's peculiar. While most of the market seems to be loosening up, these select few are bucking the trend and climbing. So remember, we're only talking about the brand spanking new ones here. If your watch is from 2017, sorry, but that's a different story. Before we go further, why not become part of the opulent Oasis tribe? Subscribe and get the latest content first. Let's dive back in. Number 4. Rolex Platinum Daytonas. Now, let's zoom in on the Rolex Platinum Daytonas. These stalwarts are sticking to their guns, steadfastly perched at their high-altitude pricing. Eyeing a brand new 126506? You'll need to fork over somewhere in the mid-120s. Yes, that's well above retail. Quite the sticker shock, especially amid whispers, thanks to our dear friend Instagram, that gold models are slipping below retail. But let's not paint with a broad brush. The watch world is more checkered than a chessboard. Number 5. Rolex Yacht-Master. Chatting about market twists, the Yacht-Master in titanium has really cooled its jets. Initially launching into the stratospheric 40s, it's now kicked back in the mid-20s. Much of their lingering appeal might hinge on their rarity. Kind of like trying to snag a quiet moment at a metal concert, these watches are elusive. Take the Deep Sea Challenge in titanium. It burst onto the scene with fireworks, but now, catching sight of one is as rare as a silent guitar solo. And then there's the Bruce Wayne, which has also seen its hype cool down from the mid to the low 20s. The steadfast Jubilee and Oyster bracelets continue to influence these trends. And the Pepsi, after all the fizz about a possible red bezel, it's settled into being the beloved GMT with that iconic bi-colored bezel, still fetching more than retail, but just barely. Number 6. Patek Philippe Nautilus. Switching gears to Patek Philippe, let's take a closer look at the Nautilus, particularly the 5990 in stainless steel. This model has recently taken a slight step back in pricing, dipping by about $5,000 to $10,000. Even those sporting the coveted blue dial are not immune. It's a head-scratcher, really, considering the watch's knockout design and savvy features like a dual time zone mechanism that's perfect for globetrotters or anyone who loves to live in two places at once. Despite its undeniable charm and utility, the market seems to have caught a bit of a chill. Meanwhile, the 5980 in Genoa is standing its ground like a stubborn old tree, maintaining a robust position around the $200,000 mark. It continues to demand a premium well above retail, which is as rare as finding a quiet moment in Times Square during the ball drop, truly a spectacle in both rarity and value. This model's steadfast popularity amidst the ebb and flow of market whims underscores its allure as a timeless classic, continually captivating both collectors and connoisseurs. Number 7. Patek Philippe Aquanaut. Let's dive into the world of Patek Philippe Aquanauts, the stalwarts of stability in an ocean of fluctuating markets. The 5168 model, for instance, recently took a little dip in its pricing pool, only to quickly dry off and climb back to its lofty perch above retail. Sporting a tropical rubber strap, the Aquanaut effortlessly marries sportiness with a touch of luxury. It's equally at home on a dive in the Maldives as it is at a top-tier boardroom meeting. The robust water resistance is just icing on the cake, ensuring it can handle almost any splash life throws its way. But what really sets the Aquanaut apart is its ability to ride the market's waves with the poise of a seasoned surfer. It's fascinating how these watches maintain their allure, coasting through ups and downs with a cheeky wink, as if to say, "Is that all you've got, world?" This blend of resilience and adaptability keeps the Aquanaut high on the wish list of collectors who crave a timepiece that's as functional as it is stylish. Number 8. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Alright, let's zero in on Audemars Piguet, specifically the Royal Oak lineup. If you've been giving those Royal Oaks the side-eye because of their princely price tags, there's good news. Prices have taken a dive recently. They haven't just dipped, they're practically limbo dancing under their previous highs, especially the stainless steel models, which have come back down to what we might cheekily call terrestrial prices. Now let's talk about the 42mm offshores in the Royal Oak collection. Here's where the real deals are lurking. We're looking at the vampires, elephants, safaris and navies. It seems like the watch world's fashion tide is shifting towards smaller sizes, which leaves these big, bold 42mm models looking for wrists brave enough to sport them. If you're ready to make a statement without making your wallet weep, now's the time. These once lofty-priced watches are now found lounging comfortably in the price bracket of high teens to low 20s. This dip in the Royal Oak market is a reflection of the ebbing and flowing tides of watch collecting tastes, and perhaps a sign that the luxury watch market is taking a deep, recalibrating breath. If you've been waiting for a sign to dive into the world of high-end watches, this might just be it. Consider this your cue to possibly snag a Royal Oak before the market decides to swing back to its lofty heights. Now let's take a whirl through the quirky roller coaster of market dynamics. It's quite the riddle, wrapped in a mystery, inside an enigma. On one hand, general watch prices seem to be taking a nap, cooling off a bit. Yet the moment you step into an auction house, it's like stepping into a rock concert, where rare and vintage pieces are smashing records like a guitar hero in a frenzy. So what's really happening? Is the watch market taking a breather, or is it secretly sizzling beneath the surface? It seems the auction scene is where the fireworks are at. It's a thrilling time to be a watch aficionado, and we're all on the edge of our seats, popcorn in hand, waiting to see how this saga unfolds by year's end. We'd love to get your take on this roller coaster ride. Scooped up any sweet deals recently? Spill the beans in the comments below. And if this video struck a chord, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more riveting tales from the ticking world. Stay tuned to Opulent Oasis.